Hi everybody, it's Diane. I know I promised I would do one thing in this next video, and I do have 4 bases here. I was cleaning off my counter area and going through some stuff, and I found these and went, oh yeah, I never finished those. I had seen this on, I'm not even sure, it could have been even a TV show, not necessarily YouTube, but anyway, someone demonstrating where you take paint and schmutz it, together and get these substrates. And I had made a few others that I completed, and I wasn't overly wild about them because, to me, as I've said before, that's too bold of a background for me to start with. But anyway, as long as I found these, I thought I'd finish them off. So I grabbed a couple things already. I had started this video actually, and I got interrupted, so I had only done about 5 minutes. So I just decided to restart it. So anyway, there we are, and that's what we're doing. And just making little, collage-y things. They're kind of, are obviously not ATC size, but similar little art things. And I have no plans for them. They're just strictly little art things. It's amazing what you come across. I mean, my workspace it's very organized. I know pretty much. Well, I know where everything's supposed to be. Whether I can find it right off the bat is another question. But, it's organized. I know where stuff is. But when you start going through this was like a stack of text kind of cut off things I had, and different things, you don't care, but anyway, I totally forgot those were in there. It's a very fun technique to do, just, schmutz stuff together like that. It's fun. But like I said, I wasn't overly thrilled with the results. Well, I shouldn't say the results. I think the results are cool. Now to go use them, I found that kind of difficult. Yeah, it could just be me. I'm not used to it. Or, I could cut it up or something like that too. I don't necessarily have to just use it as is, but I kind of was. Actually, this would be very fun to do, I think, with a child. With them, So if you've never thought of that. And that being said, too, you don't have to just leave it like that. You could gesso it down, or put some kind of stamping over it or something. So, there. Or be smart, and when you schmutz your colors, just use lighter colors, right? Should remember that for iCAD. I doubt I will, but I can make some schmutzy backgrounds that are more, grays, tans, lighter yellows and stuff. It'd be kind of fun. And I'm using magazine paper because I thought, my first thought was scrapbook images. It's not bad. But the more I thought about it, actually, I was going to cut out that turquoise thing, but all of those colors match well. But I kind of felt scrapbook paper is, I don't know how to describe it, kind of less saturated looking or something. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. And you're going, yeah, magazines are a good idea. Because that's about as far as I'm going to explain that. And I tried to grab magazines that you haven't seen, 100 times in the last week. or that I haven't seen 100 times in the last week too. And I suppose it's glaring, right? Doesn't it always? And I won't point this out. I showed it once before in a video. It's the Hearst, you know, castle. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, can you just imagine living somewhere like that if you're, you know, like me? And you've probably never even visited a place like that. Living in a place like that. Wow. I'd be willing to give it a go. Oh, I don't want to cut the sleeves. I was going to say, I know it would be good. I don't want to cut that off. Here, okay, here's a little lesson. Isn't this interesting? It's the sleeve styles from 1891 to 1900, so it's not even that long. Kind of cool. There. I don't know if I want to cut them up either. The woman of the future. The turn of the century, Victorian ladies wondered what women would be like in 100 years. Probably not that much different. We just work now, that's all. Well, I'm kidding. They're having great strides. I'm kidding. I know. We're just watching Diane be picky again. Well, there was some stuff in there, but it was, I don't know. Just wasn't it. This might be good on this one. And yeah, I probably should have just taken one of these, right, and been done with it. You said one, Diane. And actually, I have another one idea to do, and that's what I was going to do until I start cleaning. Matches this very nicely. There. Like an old earring, isn't it? And I hope the artist that made this isn't watching. Sorry. I'm going to cover up that schmutzy thing. It's cool. I don't know. No, red's not going to match anything. the abstract. This is kind of neat. I don't know what this is supposed to be, something, or it is just totally abstract. This looks like surfboards lined up. Or you can see whatever you want in it, right? Alright, well that's pretty helpful. When I was in grade school, 87 years ago, this picture was, a print, was up on a big hallway wall, forever. Because I went to that school, 3rd through 6th grade, and it was there the whole time. We just looked at this magazine. Let's look at something else. And as a child, I always thought it was sort of plain and, she's off by herself. It was kind of sad. I never quite understood why they would hang that for grade school. It should be more, I don't know, be more fun and colorful for that age. And I'm sure it is not there today. I know that school is still there, but well, this is kind of cool because of the pink, but then I'm going to cover up the pink. You can see my dilemma. I'll do something with that. Okay. This guy needs a little help here. Oh, what about these? Dianthus. I've never grown that. How do you think the closed caption will come up with that? They can't get Diane right. And once in a while they do. Right, that's pretty good. But not often. Yeah, I did start keeping another list of silly closed caption mistakes, so someday I'll have another video of that. Everyone's going, oh yay! Now these thingies I could cut out individually. I might do that, but we need something else. No off color yellow thing back there. Would that be too weird? Might be kind of fun. Alright, well, I'm not sure if this is done, but I'm gonna fussy cut and arrange and probably glue and then come back. They might be done. I don't know if I want to paint more or so. We'll see. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, what you see is glued. They're certainly not done to my mind. Oh, and we could trim better. Yeah, I just came on to just, trim. Okay, I thought a few of them, couple of them, at least this one, could use a little black, a little stamping, and I don't know what though. Yeah, I still don't know what. Because I thought maybe like a pattern, something like that, just to give it a little black, a little something. How about this? Because bird singing, you get it, right? And Diane, when you put your stamps on top of the ink pad, it's not too bright. I don't want to get it on the bird. Yeah, I think that's better. And yes, I cut the turquoise thing completely out. I really did not want to do that because, like I said, I thought the colors looked really good. But it's just such a small card that it was taking up the paint. You know, like, why don't you just do it on a white card then? So I cut it. And this one could use something over there. I did grab my word envelope. Maybe I'll add words. And I have bubble wrap too if I want to do paint. It's okay. It's a little small. I don't know. What about a little of that? Oh, okay. I didn't really want it down there, but that's fine. That's okay. Okay. Do I want any on this one? I could. Yeah, we're really mixing our media, are we not? We've got paint, magazine, stamping now, ink. What about the lines down here? Yeah, actually that's kind of neat. Okay, this one. I thought this one, not inking and doing white bubbles, wrap. That's kind of like stamping, isn't it? Never thought of that. And what started off as a very crummy, damp, cool day has turned into a not too bad one here. I don't know, do you ever do this depending on where you live, of course, but in the winter, well, not winter, I guess spring and fall, and you've got your house closed up and it's kind of chilly, it's damp, and you go outside and it's nice, you go, oh, it's better outside than it is inside. I do. Well, I like that idea, but these dots didn't take too well. I think, would you agree there are better bubble wraps than others? Like that must be an inferior one. All right, that's a little better. Okay, now I still don't think they're done, and I could stitch too, although just on little mini use it up type work. I didn't know if I wanted to go to that much trouble. Let's see about words. I probably won't find anything I want, right? I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be too large. I don't know, does anybody want to watch me do this? Possibilities. It's not bad. I was going to say, oh, that's kind of cute. I could pause. But if I'm finding stuff, I guess I don't have to. Dreamy. Ooh, indulge. The lucky penny. I haven't come across any cool words in a while to save. In all the magazines I look at, you think I would. Oh, well, this actually matches. The color matches that very well. Well, that's kind of pretty. Or do we want joy? No, I think happy. Alright, well, this one, I guess that's okay. I'm not overly thrilled with possibilities. How about create? It's larger anyway. Alright. Now do you have to watch me cut? I don't know if I have anything of interest to say. The birds don't either. I was just going to say, well, you can hear a red-winged blackbird out there, and he totally stopped. They're not going to cooperate either. And I cut like 2 pieces of tape with these scissors, forgetting they weren't the right scissors, and now there's stuff sticking to them. I don't know, where do we want this though? I don't know. Think about that while I cut these. Come on, get off there. And what am I going to do with these when they are done? Probably nothing. I was thinking stuff like this, what I should do is make little, notebooks, traveler's notebook size, stuff like that, and could use these as a front image. That's actually what I should do. Okay, of course the glue is closed up. Oh, and it's goopy. Alright, we'll use it out of the cap. I also, in case you didn't notice, I cut that thing in half. It fit here fine as is, but I just thought it was a little too big, for lack of a better word. Okay. I don't know where to put for fun. There is nowhere to put it. Well, I guess there. Okay. These could be little journaling cards, or sew them into a journal as a tuck, corner tuck kind of thing. Could do that. And gluey already. All right. Where do we want this? Okay. Now, I still don't think they're done. I brought up paint. I think they definitely could benefit from edging. And I thought, since they're so colorful, that ink might not be bold enough, so I got paint. Oh, and that needs to be cut. Now that one I knew I didn't do because it was still a little wet, but I did forget. I admit it. It's good. And I hear a red-winged blackbird around here like every day, and I have yet to see it. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm out there when it's chirping and I look, but I don't see it. Alright, this one, I couldn't remember which color. Which is it? I'm still not sure. I guess this one? We'll use it anyway. This one, I might do black ink because there's so much that we didn't want on there. That's pretty good. Running out of places to put them where they won't get on stuff. Don't fall. Alright, let's get ink. Now, these are all different bases, by the way. This was just like a cardstock. The other ones are more like poster board, I think. It was just scrap stuff. Okay. Do I want to spatter it all? I don't think so, because there's so much going on in the backgrounds. I think I'm done. Okay, we've got create. It's pretty nice for just scrappy stuff. And the bird. It's pretty. I like those colors. And the flower and the Vogue cover. And then our badminton racket. And our fish. Okay, I have to bring these over here. I'm putting them on my little container here so they don't get paint on my counter. Okay, that's it. Little use it up project today. Thanks very much for watching and have a nice day out there.